Hello and welcome to Basic Support Guide. I am Bronze Dad and let's get into it. We have here a Zyra VOD that I'm going to put up. Once again, I'm a casual gamer and so I'm going to be talking about why I did what I did and why I'm doing what I'm doing. I am in bronze. Make fun of me if you must, or give me tips. That's even more helpful. But as a casual gamer, it's not going to hurt my feelings. So this game here, I took Zyra because Zyra's pretty good into Draven and Sona, and they had a lot of squishies other than their Garen. So I'm going to follow myself around. Zyra is pretty fun to play. She's a good AP support, pretty easy for somebody who has a low skill cap, and so we're gonna go ahead and play this game. And looking at the teams, it was kind of cool because we had we had a pretty good setup here with all of our CC. We have a Tom Kench jungler, which I thought was a little weird, but hey, it's bronze, so that happens sometimes. But once again, I knew we were against a Draven and a Sona. Everything was pretty squishy. I wasn't sure they'd picked the Draven and the Twitch, and so I wasn't sure at first what they were doing. Sometimes you get weird team comps in bronze, like ours is pretty weird. And all I'm doing is just kind of hanging out there. Tom had pinged that maybe he wanted to try something, so I throw a ward there just to make sure we don't get counter ganked. And Zyra's pretty cool to give good leashes with. I'm going to wander around, drop a plant or two here, and when the red buff comes up, then I just drop my Q and auto a couple of times and walk away. So I have two plants there, and you can see how much damage they do. It's a pretty fast leash. Junglers love that, especially when you get away and they can get their level 2. The thing that I find that Sona does is she likes to get in people's faces. She likes to approach the team and try to auto. She was Klepto this game, so trying to get the free gold. And I was taking CS there because my Varus wasn't in lane. Sometimes, it's better to take the gold if he's not going to be there. They have him zoned, he went the wrong direction, but I have two plants there, and this is where they're pretty good against Draven and Sona. They're able to drop a bunch of damage on them. So right now they have a pretty good advantage on us. This Varus tried to go down river, and they were there first. So if the other guys are in lane, you don't want to do that. He's playing a little timid, but as you'll see here, he gets a little better as the game goes. He's timid because he's half dead and level 1. So Sona likes to try to come in and do what she just did there, pick up her Klepto. The Klepto build's kind of okay if you want to be kind of a utility support. If you want to carry, I wouldn't recommend Klepto. You'll have a lot of gold and you'll scale really well late game. But if you don't trust your team and you think you need to do a lot more damage, then there's other things you can do. You can even take a Guardian if you wanted to have extra utility for your team, an extra shield there. But Sona's pretty good. She's doing pretty well with her mana. But as you can see, I can zone her off pretty well with my plants. So Draven, he just keeps coming. Varus, you can see because of his river walk early in the game, he was quite a bit behind, but we're able to chunk him a little bit, and he chunks me a little bit, but that's why you have potions and trades, and if we can just avoid that Sona, it would be awesome. Our team's doing alright. There's about to be a gank mid lane. You gotta keep looking at your mini map there. And there goes Draven, and there goes the there goes my Varus. So I don't know why I flashed there. I knew there was no way to get her. That was kind of a rookie noobish mistake. I will own the stupid plays that I do, and that was a stupid play. So I go back, I start building some items. I think I'm probably getting a book here, so I can have a little more AP, a little more damage in lane, better trading. I do have, you know, some kills there, as you can see. I have a book, I have a ruby crystal, and I do have a kill and 4 CS, so we're not doing terrible. I wish that the Varus, you know, would have not conceded all of that damage at the first, but I think we're gonna turn this around pretty well. Like I said earlier, this is a ranked game, so we're 5 minutes in. Our Camille's doing pretty well against that Garen, and that means I just need to keep doing what I just did there, just chunking away. Every time they're out of position, Zyra's really good at punishing, and you'll see me do that quite a bit through this game. So, laning phase, you know, we're pushed up. I don't have a lot of wards, so we don't really want to walk up in there. We have no idea where Twitch is at this point. You can see on the mini-map that he's down there around his wolves, but we don't have that luxury in game. So Varus, he's starting to go a little ham now, and so I'm going to help him out some, but didn't really do much there. You know, he has a kill and an assist now from the assist I had earlier, the kill I had earlier, and I missed out on the assist. But we're pretty tough right now. Now Twitch could have come down, and I think I see him here with Tom Kench, and so I'm going to go to the river because I'm checking my mini-map. That's a huge thing that I would suggest if you want to get out of bronze. Check your mini-map. I knew he was there. Tom Kench is here, so it's safe for me to drop a ward. Twitch is around here somewhere, but I don't like sticking around there if I don't have to. So Twitch comes rolling up now, and I think he kills him, and then I'm like, dude, I'm out of here. So he backed out, and I just want to play it safe. The one thing about AP supports is you're kind of starved for wards early game, and I'm just trying to push into this turret so they lose CS, and since I have a lot of plants there, it's pretty easy for me to do. Some people would say, well, don't do that, but you're still in CS, but Varus isn't going to be back in time to really help me out with that Sona there, and I want to make sure I can get back to lane with him since they're pushed in, they're losing CS. You can see Varus and Draven are pretty even. This is a bloody match. The pros would be done with 8-4. Game would be over, but we're bronze, so you know, 30, 40 kills, 50 kills in a game, it's not a big deal, because people get caught out, people walk where they shouldn't be. Looking at the mini-map, you can see there's not a lot of ward coverage. There's a few places where we can see. Anivia's asking for help because Cat's pretty scary, and who knows, you know, where the Twitch is. They're trying to steamroll that mid lane, and there you go. There's another kill for them. So seeing that, I know Twitch is mid. I know Varus is gone. ADC roaming. It's kind of hard on his. It's kind of hard on his CS, but he's covering mid, so I'm going to cover bottom and just do what I can here. I'll stay out of range of Sona because nobody wants to take on a Sona and a Draven at the same time. So where Varus is coming back down, I'm going to try to stop taking CS, but I'm sure I'm going to try to get flashes and get kills. And I set him up, and assist number 2? Yeah, assist number 2, so I'm 3 and 2. Normally when you put your plants under the turret like that as Zyra, you have problems because they die so fast, but they'll at least get one hit off. So I'm going to start dropping wards where it's helpful for us. Tom Kench is moving into the jungle, and I can see there's a Twitch there. So I'm just going to come up and assist him. Varus is pretty well set below. We just killed those guys, so I'm going to help him starve them out for the blue. And I know Twitch is probably around here somewhere, but I couldn't see him in game, so I'm just sticking close to my Tom Kench. Now that was a dumb play on my part. I believe anytime you die, it's your fault. These guys clean it up. But you gotta understand, if you're Zyra and you throw your plants out, Cat's just gonna jump on you. She's gonna jump over that. And I probably make that mistake several times in this game. I knew better than to do stuff like that, but sometimes even when you know better, you just get clickbaited into stuff. You know, you're there and you're like, ooh, that's gonna be an easy kill. You have to know, I gotta pull back because she has engaged, she's gonna jump over my plants, and nothing's gonna happen. We have some pretty good deep wards in their jungle now, and I can see there's a fight going on. I'm just so far away that it's hard to get to it. We're probably doing okay because I think the Draven's about dead, and I'm just happy to take a easy way in. And I don't know why I did that. Sometimes things happen that's pretty stupid. I did try to bait Dragon into killing Sona there, but that wasn't what I originally wanted to do. I wasn't trying to hit the Dragon. My team all kind of left me. But, you know, they're chasing kills, which happens. Sometimes you throw that plant out there when you're not sure a plant can be as effective as a ward, and I die here again because I made the same mistake. I thought that I could take her, and I threw my plants forward, and it wasn't a good plan. So this game kind of punished me hard for thinking I could do that. You got to watch your Sona, know when she hits that 6. Otherwise, you'll be doing what I did. There's porting back to base dead, counting down. So just because you're a level up doesn't mean you're always going to win that. So 12 minutes into the game, we're doing all right. We're up 2k gold, almost 2.5, a little more than 2,500 gold, and getting ready to put on some more. That ocean drake has been alive for a very long time, and I think we're gonna head up there here. So I'm looking at the mini map. Our wards have kind of fallen off. My items, I have the upgrade for my support AP item there with the dagger there, the frost fang. Sona already has her wards, so I'm a little behind in the warding category, but in the damage I'm doing pretty darn good. This is another thing you want to do as Zyra, is just kind of fade in and out of vision. Like I said in another video, I watched the strategy professor and he does that so well. I'm trying to learn how to do it better. My eggs, my plants, they kept going to the wrong spot. But every time Sona comes up, I want to punish her. And now Draven's got a 1v2 on us, and I did not mean to kill her again, but with Zyra, once you throw your plants out, they'll take it, and you'd rather secure the kill than not. My warding item just completed. I threw the plants up there because I knew there were a couple of hits left on the turret. I put them there because I knew they could tank it and Varus could kill it. So Varus is pretty strong right now. If you look at the Draven, he's really struggling. 5 deaths, 41 CS. He did pretty good for the first part. He just completed his Yomu's. But Varus has a BF sword and a Zeal, and I think we're going back for some more stuff. I have my Haunting guys and Blasting Wand. That's pretty good. But we're gonna get some more stuff here. Ooh, Varus just got Static Shiv. So obviously, as support, you want to look at your items and see kind of where you're at. I have Leandri's finished. Sona's building a more damage-based build, and you can see that with the Sheen And she has the, I don't know what just happened there. That was dumb. You got to be careful not to hit your ults when you're playing. So she has the chalice, and I think that we just start really pushing mid here. So 3 people dead, they're pushing mid, our bottom's pushed up a little bit, Camille's pushed up, so I'm just going to go join the team, and we're going to try to keep crashing into turrets here. Now this is the other thing you want to do. You want to ward where you can see. They can see me sitting right there, so they're not about to come in. So Tom Kinch goes a little deep there. He's lucky that Sona didn't hit him under the turret. But I want to get some wards up now that I have them. And we're playing around mid, so that helps us not get flanked. Let's see where I put those. I think I still have, yeah, I should have gotten my sweeper, but I don't have my sweeper, and that's a mistake I make sometimes, because I should be able to kill that ward that I'm standing on. They know I'm there, and I was worried that they could see me, but I still was hanging out just in case. Mid lane, I can see Garen coming down, but Varus sticks around a little too long. So that was just to CC him. Garen's in trouble now. These guys keep pushing really deep, which is not the most ideal. So Anivia's coming back pretty strong, as you can see. She's got 4 kills. Our team's doing pretty well overall. Camille's doing very well. 114 CS. You know, we're inching ahead. You can see there the gold is quite a bit different. We have 31,000 and they have 24,000. So, you know, it's like 7k gold. The plants are great for tanking objectives. They do quite a bit of damage, as you can see, and they tank it for you, so you don't have to worry about taking the damage yourself. So Rift is always fun to get, because it's kind of a free turret if you do it right. I probably didn't mention before, this is patch 8.3 that we're playing on, so it's with some nerfs and stuff. I like playing Zyra because as an AP support I have a little more control over my destiny, but you don't want to play her if there's a lot of tanks, and you don't want to play her if they have a lot of engage, because she's kind of immobile. And with this you can see the engage, they have Twitch's invisibility, they have Cat when she jumps to her daggers, and they have Sona with her ult. So I've tried to stay away from the ult and the Cat, but if I get a chance to get my plants down on them, they're dead, and I can kill 4 of their 5 players with Zyra. Looking at my items now, I have my Sork boots, my sorcery boots, that helps me with some magic pin, and I have, you know, Leandri's finished. I'm picking up a ward, and I do have my sweeper, I think? I can't tell, it's a little blurry, I'm an old guy. So we move up in here. They have some guys dead. The Tom Kench really surprises me in this game. He does pretty well, and that's what you do to Cat when she stands there in front of you. Like I said, you just blow it up. So here comes Garen back into us, and I'm just going to clear minions because I figure those guys can kill him. He's pretty low. Now I'm going to start getting some deeper wards here. You want to be able to see and not get flanked. I could have pushed it up a little further, but I didn't know where Twitch was. And there he appears. And that's what you want to watch out for. So plants just outside of turret range. Pretty awesome, because they can just slow those minions down. And we're running away from Twitch. I heard him there, coming out of his stuff. See, I have my control ward now. I can stand in that bush and not make the rookie mistake that I did earlier. And there's not a whole lot I can do against Garen at this point, but scare him a little bit and kind of clear those minions. But that's why you don't want to play Zyra into tanks like Garen. There's a couple tanks, because then there's 2 people you can't blow up. So Garen is pretty tanky, not against magic though, but you know, he has some abilities that helps him with that. So right now I'm looking at our ward coverage. I just can see a little bit on the map where I've thrown down some wards. Zyra isn't bad for wards once you get the ward item, but some of these games that go 30-40 minutes, I'm able to ward a lot more with my utility supports, like a Janna. If you watch my other video that I'm going to put up, Janna, I can put down like 50-60 wards using the Ingenious Hunter and Zombie Ward, and this is a little fun here. I just blow her up. You know, you can see you walk into those Zyra snares, and those plants, once they get ulted, do a lot of damage. Still don't know where Twitch is, and he's just running around invisible, and I just want to hit it. I know he can be out here somewhere, so I just want to cover my retreat. Sometimes your ADC goes and does stuff like that. I just blow him up and I didn't even need to ult, so that's what happens when you're Draven and you're far behind. Level 11 on Zyra. I think he's like level 10 right now. I can see when he's up. But as you can see, looking at the mini-map, there's a few wards around mid, so I'm just playing around mid. I rooted in, and wanted him to take that plant damage. Watching out for the cat. Those daggers are deadly. Varus is pushed up too far bottom. There's not a whole lot I can do about it at this point, so I think I'm going to back and try to go spend some of this gold that I have. As you can see, we have a pretty good gold lead on him. I mean, this is, if we were a pro game, it would be put away, but for whatever reason, we chase kills, we miss objectives. That's just bronze. So sometimes you got to play smart and do what's best, and you got to do a little bit of play shot calling. I think my next back I'll be able to get Void Staff, which is really good on Zyra with the magic pin. A lot of people want to build like Rylai's early, or even a Rabadon's Death Cap. Don't build Rabs, it's too expensive, takes too long, and you really don't need it with all the damage you can do with your ult. Honestly, I get Leandries and Void Staff and Sword Boots, and if anybody that's not a support or not a tank gets kind of blown up. So here we go. We got a 2v3, now it's a 3v3 mid, and that keeps everybody away. If you kill her fast enough, you don't have that problem. Yeah, I got some assists there, but that's okay if you're doing damage. I did quite a bit of damage in this game, and I'll show you afterwards. But you see, our team fight is pretty killer, and that's just how Zyra is. Especially if there's other CC like some Atomic Engine CC or the Nivea with her stun, or Camille. She's got that great ult. Varus' ult. You keep people CC'd, you drop plants on them, and they just melt. So I can tell, you know, there's a few mistakes I'm making here. Trying to get him to do Baron. Now that we have an inhib down, they all went bottom, so I just changed my plan. That's what you got to do. You see the pings there. But I'm dropping wards as I go, because I don't want to get flanked. And that Sona probably hates me right about now. Because every time she shows up, I just hit her. So Baron's pretty okay to get when you have an inhib there and they have to play some defense. That's kind of why we were able to kill her and kill this Garen, because they were playing defense mid. They were trying to push up mid, and there's the Twitch, and I'm dead. You know, that's why you ward and take care of some of that stuff. Not having a bad game. 7, 3, and 14 as support. I'll show you my damage at the end of this.
Shut down.
You can see our real hard carry is the Tom Kinch, surprisingly enough. Sometimes you get somebody who's a one trick and they can do really well on it. You can go to op.gg and cut and paste your team members' names and champ select and see what they play, and you know, you can see where they're at, what level. I think most of these guys are probably bronze 3, bronze 4, if I remember right, on both teams. I think their Draven may have been a bronze 5 or not ranked. He kind of got flamed by his team a little bit, maybe playing an off role, and that happens, you know. Not everybody is an awesome player when you start off. When I started playing, I was a pretty awful support. I tried playing a lot of Morgana and I was nowhere near aggressive enough, and so I would wander around and then I'd go aggressive and get killed because I didn't know when to get aggressive. So it's just, you play and you get experience and you kind of deal with stuff as it happens, and if you're lucky you get good supportive teammates like I did that don't flame you but they help you out. I thought I was going to get knocked into the pit there, but I guess I was in the wrong spot, maybe typing or something. But we know there's a Twitch wandering around, but I wasn't sure where he was at, so I had to try to be a little careful.
Red team double kill.
Now, I saw the cat there, and I want to be careful. How did I miss that point blank thing? I will never know. And I'm dead again. That was a really bad misplay. I should have looked at the death thing and figured, well, 2 of my team members are dead. I need to not go into that. That was a new play. So all you support players out there, especially if you're not playing a damage support, just know if you rush into a team fight where your team's already losing, especially if they have engage, it's a bad idea. The Twitch kind of kept me away because I could see he was there, and then I wasn't sure where he was, so I hid in that brush. I should have just pulled back and gotten away. I think they cleaned this up though. And then I come back up here. So we've got a couple of Ocean Drakes, which is really nice as Zyra, because you don't run out of mana. And I think we're heading for the Baron here because they had to go back and clear that mid inhibitor. I have my support items. I have a stopwatch. I think I was trying to stay alive because I have been killed a couple of times, 3 times, 4 times. But they were really my fault. I believe if you get killed, you've done something wrong. So my team's going to go down to Dragon. I thought we were going to push top. You want to stay with your team, even if you are a pretty scary support, like a Zyra. You just do so much better in a team fight situation than 1v5ing. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to drop some wards. You notice I'm always dropping wards as I go, but there's a fight and I want to kind of be part of it. I want to make sure I'm here. And that Draven ult was a little slow. Let's see if we can push up bottom a little bit. I can't see them on the map. I don't know they're even there, but I just want to thin this out a little bit and let my minions push. They're Baron empowered. Getting gold, getting items. We're up 10k gold. The pros would close this out, like I said. It's 48 to 27. That's a lot of deaths. People are dying a lot. And like I said, when you die, it's kind of your mistake. My team is kind of losing, so I'm here to help out. And there I go again. You know, I did my mistake there. That cat was actually pretty darn good. And the stopwatch was helpful, but I misused that. So we're gonna get another inhib here, I believe. Maybe not. But sometimes you gotta kill the objectives. So I'm up in like 15 seconds. Death timers are pretty scary right now. They're like a 35, 40 second timer, 29 minutes into the game. And if you're dead as support, some things you need to know. Your ward coverage, if you look at the map, I don't have very good ward coverage right now. I have my wards, and I have my sweeper, but how many wards do I have on the map? I think I have one red ward in that bottom bush somewhere. So I have one control ward. And I missed that. I'm probably dead again. Nope, I managed to get out. Tom Kench really is carrying this game. My cooldowns are not up, but because of the Ocean Drake, my health will be. That's the thing, Zyra, you blow everything and then you've got good 10 seconds before you can do anything again, so you're really bursty. Now you see here, I'm always looking, always making sure they don't have any wards anywhere. You know, there's other supports like a Janna that are great at doing what they need to as far as warding and roaming and being in the jungle. Janna's so good because she can move fast. You have a Bard who is difficult to play, but he does some things that makes it hard to catch him in the jungle. And I'm dead again. See how that like I said earlier, that engage, it's just so hard because that hard engage will just kill you. You gotta do good positioning. And right there, I was in the middle of a team fight, not where you want to be if you're support. If you're tank support, like a Tarek or an Nautilus, can be, or Tom Kench, Alistair, but with a Zyra, it's a death sentence. So we did ace him. You know, we're gonna get there. There's a lot of pings. I like to ping when I play. It's easier than communicating. And I start telling them, hey, be careful, they're up. If you're dead, you might as well direct and still, you know, be part of the game because you can do a lot of stuff if you're down. But our guys are probably going to get beat up a little bit here in that bot lane up at that turret. Camille's gone, and I'm letting Tom Kench know I'm coming for him. I can help him. But at this point, you got to turn around and run away. Here's a big mistake. My plants are up, and I thought, hey, I can get her. And she jumps it. You see how that works? For all of you cat players out there, that is how you avoid a Zyra. She just really played that well, and I was stupid to stick around. So we get aced here. There's too many turrets up. They can't win the game. There's no major objectives, no Baron, no Dragon. So we're not too worried. But in a game that's a little more even, they could roll up mid, take that inhibitor. We're all dead for a good 45, 50 seconds at this point. It's 33 minutes into the game. So, a lot of things to learn, a lot of things to remember. That's what I love about League is there's always room for improvement. The pros will tell you that. A lot of mistakes were made by a lot of players in this game. I find when you make mistakes, there's no reason to flame. I can handle people that make mistakes. What I struggle with is somebody who makes mistakes and blames their teammates for their bad choices and their bad mistakes, because honestly, if you die, you did something. You need to take a look and say, okay, what was I doing wrong? Was I out of position? Did I not respect the cat's jump? You know, what's going on? How come that was an issue for me? So some takeaways from this game, you know, some things there. we are doing well and it's not in the bag, but as you watch the game, you can see there were some very big glaring things that I did wrong, and so I'm not afraid to post that in the hopes that I can help somebody else out. Look how that CC just makes it rough. Just makes it rough for him to do anything. Twitch was so far out of position there, that's why he died. He was in the middle of all 5 of us and we just ran up at him. So I like to drop wards there so we don't get flanked, so we can see. I'm trying to stay out of the way here. There's a cat. She killed me a lot, so I back up because I don't want any of that. Cat's dead, so now I have a little more confidence. And you can see we're racking up the kills here. One more kill and it's game because we have 74,000 gold and we're up like 12,000 gold at this point. So that's the game and a lot of fun. My smiley face Braum emote there. And let me show you the stats for this game so you can kind of get a feel for, you know, how it all worked out. I'm going to pull it up and our stats. As you can see here, I like looking at crowd control score when I have CC champions to see how well I did. Obviously Tom Kinch did really well. The Garen for them did really well. If you look here, total damage to champions, 27,300. If you look at my team, other than Varus, I did the second most. Cat did their most, and the Draven typically does a lot more than that. Another thing I want to point out here, if you go to vision score, I had 20 wards placed in that game. As a 35-minute game, 20 wards placed. Their Sona had 19, so not bad. I didn't destroy any wards, but I purchased 2. So kind of a low ward game. I usually try to get 1 ward every minute. I should have had at least 35 wards. This says here that I placed 20, and where it's the most in the game, it's still not as much as I'd like to. So if you watch my Janna games, you'll see when I'm getting 50 wards up in a game due to zombie ward and some other things like that. So anyway, that's going to be it for this. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.